Attorney for the Damned. By Rainier Wires. Camberton knew, by the muffled ring, which of his two telephones to pick up. Yet, he hesitated. Who could be calling him at this late hour, on this secret, unlisted wire? Only 6 of his underworld clients knew the number. 2 of these gentlemen of doubtful integrity had just gone out the door. 2 were in Europe, and 1 in prison. The 6th was Burke Horton. But Burke Horton was dead. The muffled bell rang again. Camberton's pudgy hand closed on the cradled instrument and lifted it to his car. He said nothing. He never spoke first on this line. Whoever knew the number of it was expected to know also the code word which had to be uttered before Camberton would respond. Presently the word came. Reference room. It was spoken in low, unfamiliar tones. "Who are you?" rasped Camberton. His round, pasty face was an expressionless mask, save for the glint of suspicion in his beady, fat-encircled eyes. "A friend of Horton's," the unknown whispered. "He gave me this number. Said for me to call it when I'm in a jam." "What's your name?" "Smith. John S.M.I." "Very unusual," sneered Camberton. "I've never heard it before. I don't know you." "Wait, you'll know me when you see me." "Why should I see you?" "Because I've got plenty of money for legal advice." "Are you alone?" "Yes, I am," drawled Camberton in a bored tone which was belied by the greed in his piggish eyes. "Do you know how to get here?" "I know everything about you that Horton knew. I'll come up the back way like he always did. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Horace L. Camberton, criminal lawyer, any way you say it, put down the telephone, leaned back in his chair and looked again at the newspaper item which he had been reading before the interruption. Early that morning, according to the item, Burke Horton and 2 Confederates were shot to death while looting the First Industrial Bank of Willow Ridge, a southwestern suburb of Chicago. Horton's corpse was identified by the police. The other 2 had apparently been crime recruits. The names were as yet unknown. Camberton's only pang of regret, on reading the item, was in his purse. Horton had been a well-paying client, and, although he had not required legal counsel during the past year, he would have, sooner or later, had he not been mowed down. Perhaps, reflected the attorney, this stranger who had just telephoned would take the place of the dear departed as a source of revenue. However, one couldn't be too sure. It was best to prepare for any kind of a comer. From his library table, Camberton transferred a loaded revolver to. 2 will be continued.